Greetings and salutations, one and all. Welcome to the night shift to DJ Kevin Steele. It's real talk night. I want to say big ups to everybody locked in from near, those from far. Big ups to those who are locked in and tuning on night shift to DJ Kevin Steele. Those hailing from across the pond. Top of the morning to you guys over there in the UK. King Genius, Queen Genius. One Harmony Radio family, much love to you. Welcome.
I'm feeling nostalgic. So good. The vibes in this heart.
Big ups to those who are locked in out to New Jersey. NIE Radio, turn up. Big ups to my brother from another mother, the motivator.
Give me room and jam down and let me go down.
Big ups to those who are locked in on Mix102.com and their sister station out of Jamaica, Earth 96 FM. Blessing symbol. Thank you for the continued support. Speaking of continued support, big ups to those who are locked in on the Foundation Radio Network, ClintonLindsay.com. This man has been a long time supporter. In fact, he was the one that connected me with Symbol. Much respect, Mr. Lindsay.
So good. The vibes in this party. Got me getting on like I should. I wanna jam down. Hold my
Blessings to those who are bubbling in this stew pot on Zeno FM.
room and jam down and let me go down.
Those on YouTube Live. Big ups to ya. And of course, those at the home of the night shift to DJ Kevin Steele, kevinsteele.com, where you're encouraged to have acceptance through enlightenment. Welcome to you. So glad to have you. Couldn't do it without you. You have my word, I wouldn't even try. Music in the background from Mikey Mercer and Mold the Chief. The track is called Nostalgic.
It's been a long time since I've been party like this. Too long.
I want to say thank you to my segment sponsors. One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation. At OJLDF, they're committed to protecting justice and equality for everyone, especially individuals who have been wrongfully accused, marginalized, or deprived of fair legal representation. OJLDF believes every person deserves the opportunity to defend their rights regardless of their financial circumstances. And they also believe in democracy. And democracy is central to Jamaican identity and institutions. But the number of Jamaicans saying they don't trust the government has increased to the breaking point of government instability. OJLDF, the One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation, they're dedicated to defeating the threat to democracy and hold public officials accountable. If you want to know how you can get involved, if you want to know what OJLDF has been doing, you can visit the website ojldf.org. Sign the petition, Magnitsky petition. If you don't know what it is, you can find out right there on the website. Check them out. ojldf.org. I want to say thank you to Althea and her healing heavenly hands. Althea is a licensed massage therapist operating out of Broad County, North Miami-Dade and South Palm Beach counties. She comes to you, bringing her table, her oils, and over 20 years massage therapy experience. Go ahead and give her a call today. If you're going to be in any of those areas, or you know somebody wants a gift a massage that lives in one of those areas. 954-655-9000 is the number that gets you in touch. Call her, text her. Tell her you heard about her on night shift to DJ Kevin Steele. She only has one request outside of paying her, that is. Is that you get off her table and go sleep somewhere else. It's called the Kevin Steele clause. And when you have the experience, you'll understand why. I want to say thank you to the Global Bass family. The globaldigital.com. Well, the globalbase.com. Global Digital navigates your journey across music, event, marketing, and much, much more. It's a realm where social spheres awaken through their mastery. So go ahead and embrace the invitation to liberate your creativity unbounded and free, just like their consultation. Free! The Global Bass is your catalyst for everything related to music production, radio, and event promotions. Go ahead and check them out. Theglobalbase.com. DAGlobalBASE.com. One word. Tell them Kevin Steele sent you. Someone else you can tell Kevin Steele sent you is the McNeil Trucking family. Thank you to the McNeil Trucking family. Now, McNeil Trucking is a licensed and insured veteran-owned mover in the state of Florida. So if you want to move from the Keys to Jacksonville, from Naples to Palm Beach, Pompano to Pensacola, and all points in between, you want to put some things in storage, move something around the corner to a friend or a family member. You have the manpower, you have the transportation, don't worry. You have the name, you have the number. McNeil Trucking, 954-406-9740. That's 954-406-9740. If you even want to move out of the state of Florida or move into the state of Florida, they got you. If you don't believe me, call them and see. Mikey Mercer and Mole the Chief. How are you feeling? Are you feeling nostalgic? Let me see if I can trigger some nostalgia. Do you remember the first time you actually danced to soca music? Now, if you're anything like me, and you grew up in Jamaica, or you grew up around Jamaica, when soca music starts to play, it's one of the times that you actually get a dance. Now, I could be alone in this. Yeah, believe it or not, I didn't always get a dance. It's not all the time that the ladies was requesting me. I kind of grew into this fine specimen that you see right here. 773-789 Stu is the number to call, text, WhatsApp, Telegram to get you in touch with the broadcast. Line is always open. And I always look forward to hearing from you. It's scrolling across the bottom of your screen for those of you who are watching. Those of you who are listening on any of the affiliate platforms. 773-789 Stu. That's 773-789-7839. Call, text, WhatsApp, Telegram from anywhere in the world. And you'll be right here with me live and in living color. Now, let me see. If it wasn't soca music a long time ago, let's see what else it could be. It could be the first time you had a Sky Juice. Now, the mere fact that I said Sky Juice would probably trigger some memories of, because I don't know. Them still have Sky Juice, man, in Jamaica. I haven't been home in such a long time. I don't know. Those of you who are still back home in Jamaica, those of you who visit regularly, anybody up on the roadside that sells Sky Juice. Now, you remember they used to have what a lot of the Sky Juice men used to do is build their carts in such a way that they would put an old refrigerator inside the cart and build the cart around an old refrigerator, and then put a block of ice. They would buy a block of ice and have a little shaver, and then they shave the ice, empty the shave ice in a bag, have their assorted syrups, the flavors, give a cup of pump and your water, and boom bang, you have your Sky Juice. It really got fancy when you had a Sky Juice, man, that had limes, because you get your couple pumps or your favorite flavor or your mixture of flavors, and then a squeeze of lime, and you might be lucky enough to hear the shrimps, man, the pepper swims, man, yeah, passing by, and you buy a pepper shrimp. So you have your pepper swims and your Sky Juice, and you're set. Now, the Sky Juice man got into competition when the Bag Juice man came into play, which is different. Because now the Bag Juice man used to just go and buy the wholesale Bag Juice. Some frozen, some slushy, some just cold. And that would be his mix. When I was going to school, when I was in high school, I remember transitioning from the Sky Juice to the Bag Juice. It was a thing for me. I don't know about you. What was your experience? But before that, I used to save, when I was in primary school, I used to save 50 cents a day or so that I can have $2 at the end of the week to stop at Sugar and Spice and buy patty. And I would walk home, because if I was taking the bus home, I wouldn't have enough money to go to Sugar and Spice. So stop at Sugar and Spice, our friends and I, and those who, if we couldn't afford to buy a patty, is a Danish world, and that would have been my snack going home, and I'd walk from St. Richard's Primary on Red Hills Road to Zeta Gardens. And back then, it wasn't like it was such a big deal, because it was one of them fun things to do. Magical Merle to the world. What you say? How things with you? My sister G Angel. Oh, go on. Darling Nikki, are you that? What has been you guys' experience? There's a gentleman still selling Sky Juice in the town of Mandeville with all the different color syrups and lime. Yeah. So for you, it's not even a thing of the past. So you don't even feel nostalgic about that. What is it that you feel nostalgic about, Merle, when you get a certain memory because you see a thing and you remember a time when? How do you feel when you remember that time? Is it one of them joyful feelings, or is it a feeling of mixed emotion where, boy, you end up saying, I wish I could be back in that time because that time was so nice. I used to be able to, and you fill in the blank. You complete it with whatever you wish you could do again, or who you wish you could be with again. What is the experience for you? Or is it back when you were a young adult and you would go certain places? When it comes to nostalgia, by definition, it's a complex, bittersweet emotion that involves a sentimental longing for a past period, a place, maybe even a relationship. Far from just a form of homesickness, it serves as a psychological resource that helps to counteract loneliness and boost life satisfaction by connecting you with fond memories. Is that the experience for you? Incidentally, the word nostalgia comes from two Greek words. And you kind of have to wonder, was it only the Greeks and the Latins, well, the people from that spoke Latin, wherever they came from, were they the only ones that could write? Because it seems like you want to get into the etymology of words. For the most part, you're going back to Greek or Latin. And if that is the case, and those languages are so simple, because when you look at the structure of those languages, as you see them is how you say those words, and it's kind of simple. Here comes the English language and decides to translate these words, or, well, I guess that's what they did, and give you the English language that stresses you out, because you have to wonder if the word that you're saying when you write it is the way it's supposed to spell. Like, those things there over there belongs to their friend. The three different theirs. Well, when you say it, it's the same there, but when you write it, they're different. And they mean different things. Like you having a ball at the ball with the ball. Now, those balls are spelled the very same way, but they mean different things. Oh, the English language. Anyway, taking you back to English class. I don't know if that was a good memory for you or not. It's nostalgic though. So, we're looking at nostalgia tonight. And the word was coined by a Swiss physician, Johannes Hofer, back in 1688. Merle says it's a great feeling back in the past. The good old days. These nowadays children missing out a lot. Fashion over style. But it's funny that you should say that, Merle, because when you were a child, that is what the person who was your age now was saying about you then. So the more things change, the more they remain the same, isn't it? A little bit of history for you. The word nostalgia was originally considered a neurological or medical condition affecting soldiers and sailors who were homesick. How about that? How you like them apples? So nostalgia was a clinically diagnosed condition. And it was typically those who worked away from home that were diagnosed with nostalgia. Which makes you also wonder, what was prescribed as a treatment? Because now we're talking about 1688, the 1600s, going into the 1700s. That's a long time ago. We have gone 300 plus years past. Well, yeah, past that time. A lot has changed in 3 centuries, eh? So, looking back, can you imagine if you were to be diagnosed today and had to be treated for nostalgia? What that treatment might be like? Why do people experience nostalgia? Why do people sometimes become so preoccupied with past moments involving people that can never be relived again? There's been research that started to shed light on nostalgia, and this work identifies its importance for understanding ourselves and our connection with others. Because it is said, you have to know where you're coming from to know where you're going, right? We've heard that before. If you don't know your past, then you have no idea of the kind of future that you will have. Without learning from past mistakes, you're bound to make those same mistakes again. So your past is important in shaping your future, essentially. But is that the psychological perspective? Is that the psychiatrist's view? The sociologist's view? What is your view? Bottom of the hour, and we haven't even officially gotten into the information yet. But it's time to take a quick little break. And as we jump out to take a break, I want to make mention of course, the audiobook. And a lot of you know about the audiobook. It is titled Empowered, Essential Concepts and Strategies Every Woman Should Know About Self-Defense. It is authored by Jonathan Field, narrated by yours truly, Kevin Stew. It's available on Audible. And I learned a lot from narrating it. You can learn a lot from listening to it. If you go to kevinstew.com and click on the book cover, the picture of the book cover, it takes you to exactly where you need to be to download your copy of Empowered, Essential Concepts and Strategies Every Woman Should Know About Self-Defense. If you want the hard copy, the paperback, you can get that on Amazon, actually. You can order it. So, but if you get the paperback, then you won't get to hear me. So, make up your mind. Do what you want to do, but get the book. Empowered, Essential Concepts and Strategies Every Woman Should Know About Self-Defense.
On October 28th, Melissa, a Category 5 hurricane, turned her wrath upon her homeland, Jamaica. In the aftermath, thousands of homes were destroyed, lives, pets, and livestock were lost, and dreams and hopes dashed. Resilient as we Jamaicans are known to be, our brothers and sisters on the island need our help now. To this end, the One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation, OJLDF, has launched its official fundraiser. Please donate generously at OJLDF.net. On October 28th, Melissa, a Category 5 hurricane, turned her wrath upon our homeland, Jamaica. In the aftermath, thousands of homes were destroyed, lives, pets, and livestock were lost, and dreams and hopes dashed. Resilient as we Jamaicans are known to be, our brothers and sisters on the island need our help now. To this end, the One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation, OJLDF, has launched its official fundraiser. Please donate generously at OJLDF.net. We are depending on each and every one of you to get the most needed supplies to our people at home. Go to OJLDF.net. That's OJLDF.net and hit the donate button today. Thank you.
Get your Miracle Fire Rub for all joint pain, poor circulation, inflammation, and other aches and pain. Rub it on, the pain is gone. Rub it twice, then you feel nice. Miracle Fire Rub is all natural, all herbal with no side effects. Order yours today, 876-808-5903 or call 876-372-1366. Miracle Fire Rub. Rub it on, pain is gone. Rub it twice, then you feel nice.
Imagine having our own Caribbean Center.
Imagine a museum highlighting our history and the contributions of Caribbean people to the world.
Imagine being able to visit and learn about the islands we call home.
In a place where our kids can see and feel their cultural heritage.
Your contribution to Island Space Caribbean Museum will help this dream come true.
Visit islandspacefl.org/GoFundMe
and donate today.
Yes. Akara Mantino, I'm making notes right now. You are locked in to DJ Kevin Stew on the night shift.
your chance. Make me feel so good. Tonight's your chance. Make me feel so good. Tonight's your chance. Make me feel so good. Come take my hand. Let's dance. Tonight's your chance. Make me feel so good. Come take my hand. Let's dance. Tonight's your chance. Make me feel so good. Let's dance. Your chance. Make me feel so good. Let's dance. Tonight's your chance. Make me feel so good. Let's dance. Tonight's your chance. Make me feel so good.
How good are you feeling
Tonight's your chance. Make
when you think about that time, that person? How good does it make you feel? Welcome back to the night shift to DJ Kevin's Real Talk Night. Tonight we're talking about nostalgia. And according to psychology today, of the many emotions that people experience, nostalgia is as interesting as it is complex. Nostalgia is an ambivalent emotion involving sentimental longing for a past that no longer exists. Kind of makes you feel sad, doesn't it? Because although this fondness for the past feels mostly positive, it also involves a yearning for things that no longer can be, adding sadness to one's emotional canvas. So here it is, you are enjoying this beautiful memory of a time gone by, but the fact that it's a time gone by is kind of sad. Whether it's digging through one's high school yearbooks, looking at classmates long since forgotten, remembering the musty smell of grandparents. Well, we didn't have attics like that back in Jamaica. Well, I didn't. But remembering their attics from childhood visits, or chatting about one's favorite video games from one's youth with friends. I remember the one video game that I had for a long time was a 2-player video game. Of course, there weren't any wireless controls, there wasn't any cartridge to it. It's just this one game. You turned on this device and you got this one game. You could play by yourself, kind of practice, and it just had a paddle shifter that went up and down, and it had this stick figure that just went up and down the screen, and a ball that went from one side to the other side. And at times, my uncle and I would play. At times, it would be my cousins. And we got to the point where we were so skilled, or we thought we were, because we would move the paddle shifter so fast and think we were kind of chipping the ball, which was really a square, because it's pixelated. It was just blocks that made up the ball and the stick figure. And the only sound it had was a little ping sound. Perp, perp, beep, pop, perp, perp. It wasn't any, but that game was so much fun. So I remember that when I think about my childhood and video games. It was real cool when my neighbor got a Game Boy. That was mind-blowing. Anyway, it could be chatting with video games from your youth. And if you tell some of the children today about video games like that, they look at you sideways. Like, what kind of childhood did you have? Not knowing that they're the ones missing out. It's striking how much of our time can be consumed by thinking about days gone by. my whole first segment just went just like that, talking about days gone by. Now, indeed, one might argue that people should not waste their time, quote unquote, waste their time, dwelling on the unretrievable past when they could focus on events right now, people, experiences that can still take place in the present or that may take place in the future. However, research shows that nostalgia serves many important functions for people. For example, Winshut et al. In 2006 found that people often experience nostalgia in response to negative life events or to feeling lonely. And reflecting on one's past improves people's mood, even though those past experiences are no longer available for them to enjoy them presently. Further, those scholars found that people who were asked to be nostalgic showed improved mood and self-esteem, further demonstrating how nostalgia elevates people's worth. Hey, Mr. Bram, how you doing? Part of the power of nostalgia is not just that it encourages people to reflect on positive past experiences, but also that people's wistfulness reminds them of important moments and important connections to others. In fact, this link between nostalgia and social connectedness is so strong that inducing people to feel nostalgia increases their desire to help others, presumably to establish deeper social bonds. Specifically, people who were exposed to nostalgic charity appeals were more inclined to donate money to the charity than people who received similar appeals that did not feature connections to the past, according to Zhu et al. Now, in addition to enriching people's connections to others, nostalgia serves to strengthen people's feelings towards nostalgic objects. For example, feeling nostalgic about childhood memory watching a classic movie like Lady and the Tramp, 101 Dalmatians, not on VCR, not on videotape or video cassette, but in a cinema with one's family. And this not only underscores one's connectedness to family, but it also may result in especially strong and positive attitudes towards that movie. I remember going to the drive-in theater in Harborview Drive-In, and watching Annie with my mother. And here it was, this black and white featured film, and the Technicolor version had little Annie, same movie in Technicolor now, a little red-headed girl. Fast forward several decades, and Annie is a black girl. So it has changed over time, but the story remains the same. But it takes you back. For me, that took me back to Harborview. And I think about it each time I hear the song, The Sun Will Come Out Tomorrow. Or I hear the title of the show, the movie. I go back to that moment as a child going out to Harborview Drive-In. And that would only happen when my mother got to borrow my uncle's car, or my aunt left her car with us as she traveled or something, because we didn't own a car. My father's car didn't work for a long time, and it was just parked at the house. And I remember playing in that car. But then it got old and I had to come and remove it. Again, another memory. Fun memory. Now, research by Togans and McConnell in 2024 found that people who reflected upon a nostalgic song or TV program viewed those nostalgic media items as greater in positivity and in importance. Moreover, as people reported stronger feelings of nostalgia toward those media items, they viewed them as more self-defining. That is, more telling of who they are as a person. You remember watching Lime Tree Lane, Royal Palm Estate, Hill and Gully Ride, Ring Ding, Jamal. I'm sure these really take you back. So it seems that people use nostalgia in constructing their sense of who they are, dwelling on particular past episodes frequently in a way that helps to cement those moments and those connections in defining who they are. Basically, it should not be surprising then that people experience nostalgia during the summertime. For those who find their minds wandering wistfully to past adventures, people, events, this time dwelling on events that will never come again is certainly useful for improving one's mood and for reminding them about the people and experiences contributing to their journey to who they have become today. Missy Bram Bram remembers going to pantomimes. Here's my story about going to pantomimes, Missy Bram Bram. And it's interesting because I have an uncle who was an actor in some of those pantomimes that I used to go to. Ask me what my uncle was doing and some of the characters that my uncle played, and I couldn't tell you. But if you ask me about the drummer and how cool he looked playing those drums in the orchestral pit, that I could tell you about. I heard some of the songs. One of the memories I have of visiting one of our theaters in Kingston was a presentation of from Father Holong and Friends. I think it was Jesus Christ Superstar that they did. Now, see, I can't remember what the production was, but I can tell you that drummer was wicked. Funny enough, here I am today being a drummer myself, and I see children looking at me the way I used to look at some of these drummers from back in my past. Fortunately for me, I was encouraged to continue playing by one who, hands down, is regarded one of the greatest drummers to pass through Jamaican music, Mr. Desi Jones. And it's because it was someone that we knew each other personally. Our families were close. In fact, the man that taught him to play brass was the man that taught me to read music and play brass myself. But again, see, going down memory lane. And those things do make you feel good. And it does make you feel better about yourself as a person. Should we disregard things of nostalgia, I have a few things from my past with me. In fact, I have a suitcase that I probably need to just shred, I don't know, 98% of the things that are in it. Because right now, in today's day, they serve no real purpose. I don't need to have them. But for the sake of nostalgia, just for the sake of holding on to something of the past that if I part with it, then I part with a piece of me. Is that how you feel about some of the things that you have from your past? Think about it. Look in that drawer. Look in that space in your closet at those items that should have been gone 10 years ago. How do you feel about them? And when you see them, do they take you back to a place and a time that Mr. Brammer, is a grip? No, not a grip actually. It really is a suitcase. It's actually a carry-on. I parted company with the grip a long time ago. And that was probably a little bit hard too. Needless to say, this is the kind of experience that a lot of us have, right? Especially if you're in the same space that you were in when you were growing up. When I say the same space, I mean you're in the same country, not necessarily in the same house. And if you're in the same house, then kudos to you, because you get to every day relive some of those memories. I think back to visiting my grandparents, and these are my father's parents, and my grandfather, my father's father, he used to play the guitar. Incidentally, I cannot play the guitar. I do know the strings and I can play a little bass. But my grandfather played the guitar. He sang and played the guitar. And I remember going to visit him as a child and sitting on the wall on the front veranda as he would play his guitar and sing. Can't tell you what he was singing. Can't tell you what he was playing. I had my grandfather's guitar after he passed away for a long time, and then I left the country. I didn't take it with me. My father, when I came to Florida, had a guitar. Can't say I ever heard him play it, but he had a guitar. And it was probably for that very reason that he had a guitar. I now have that guitar. And yes, I would pull it out every now and then and strum a thing here, strum a thing there. Every now and then, I, put a little strum to it. But I can only play like 2 chords on the guitar. One of my children had a project for school, music appreciation. Guess what? They had to record themselves playing a song. That was the guitar that was used. So, yeah, brush your one string. So, my father's legacy ended up being my child's homework project in real time. That in itself is a nostalgic moment because it transcends generations. And that child has vague memories of my father. So, it's It's a thing, this nostalgia. But nostalgia has two faces, according to psychology today. And you remember I told you about the origin of the word nostalgia? It's two words. And I think I got sidetracked about the origin. Nostos meaning return, and algos meaning pain. So I guess you could say returning to pain, or you could translate it in a few ways. Or returning to a moment to ease your pain, or the pain caused by the inability to return. Because, again, remember, it was a diagnosis for those who were homesick, soldiers and sailors who were homesick. And yes, I did say diagnosis for those of you who missed it, because it was a diagnosis back in the 1600s, the late 1600s. So it was something that you pretty much got medically treated for. But according to psychology today, the proper formula for pleasurable memories might be less nostos and more algos. So it might be less of returning to the memory and more of the pain of the memory. Strange, right? And there's a story, and I'll tell you the story that sets up this bit of information. So a person attended a reunion at a summer camp, and he used to, it's a summer camp that he used to visit as a boy. And during the 2-day event, he toured the familiar old playgrounds and cabins, and even ran into some of his fellow campers, now decades older than when he had last seen them. And summing up his feelings about the reunion, he says that his visit to the old campground left him feeling nostalgic. But it was the good kind of nostalgia. So, if there's a good kind of nostalgia, then there's the assumption that there's a bad kind of nostalgia too. So, with that, we're going to take a quick little break, and when we come back, we'll get into this concept, this two-faced, two-sided concept of nostalgia when we come back from the break. Go ahead and call a friend, tell a friend, friends of your friends, friends of your enemies, enemies of your friends, and your enemies too. Call somebody, anybody, everybody, let them know. We're entering into the last segment, the last speaking segment of the night shift with DJ Kevin Steele Real Talk Night. And tonight we're being nostalgic. What is nostalgia? We looked at the root, the origins of the word. And we're looking at some aspects of it, courtesy of psychology today. Stick around. If you gotta leave, bring somebody back with you. We'll be right back after these messages.
Global Digital Records, your gateway to the world stage. Music production to music rights and royalty administration. An exclusive radio promotion through the Global Digital Radio Syndicate. We don't just play your music, we position it. Broadcasting across multiple stations, reaching audiences worldwide. Contact globaldigitalrecords.com or call 954-998-8034, where your music meets the world.
Well, here it is. The Foundation Radio Network app is now available for Android and iPhones for free. Yes, you heard correctly. Just go to your Google Play Store or your Apple App Store and download the Foundation Radio Network. Big people music with the young in mind. Now you can carry the Foundation Radio Network around with you wherever you go without ever missing a beat. Listen to Clinton Lindsay Mondays through Fridays, 12 noon till 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tony Ryan Monday through Thursdays at 5 p.m. Marlon Burrell Mondays and Wednesdays, 7 p.m. Kevin Stew Mondays through Wednesday at 10 p.m. And T-Rob Saturday mornings at 8 a.m. Check out Reason with Rattigan Saturdays at 3 p.m. Homegrown with G. Cole Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Hillsman comes to you Sundays and Thursdays at 9 p.m. and Brother Mitch Mondays through Fridays at 7 a.m. And check out the Foundation Radio Network Top 30 Countdowns on Fridays at 2 p.m. And don't forget to subscribe to Clinton Lindsay's YouTube channel at Clinton Lindsay Official. And cut. What are you doing, dude? You tell me somebody can't direct the thing. I did not. Foundation! People just get the app.
Hey, Dad, how do you throw a curveball? How do you build a fort? How do refrigerators run? How do fish learn how to swim?
Kids ask a lot of questions.
How high can you jump?
But you don't have to know every answer.
How many phone numbers are there?
Because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent.
How do cell phones work?
There are thousands of children in foster care who don't need every question answered.
What's electricity?
They just need you.
What's the moon made of?
For more information on how you can adopt, go to adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
It's Christine representing for DJ Kevin. You see me, I say, I don't know the boss. You see me, I say, DJ Kevin Stew and the night shift radio show. Yo, it at the thing, turn up the thing loud. Whoa, DJ Kevin Stew at the heart of a champion. Never underestimate, just choose him. The silver line behind the dark clouds. DJ Kevin Stew believing, and that's no doubt. Salute the night shift radio show, Christine. It's a heart it up. Loud. The beast.
If you remember, then let it show. Let it show. One thing I wanna know. Where has all our heroes go? Where do you remember when Roman Stewart did sing a hit song? And Peter Touch was the mystic man. And Jacob Miller sing a festival song. Ginny and her sister all night. Remember when Bob Marley wasn't waiting in vain. And the Techniques was wishing it would rain. And Dennis Brown sing, here I come again. Here I come again. Yeah. They capture our hearts so quickly. Where did they go so swiftly? Lately we've been making changes, cause we want them to be our heroes, for life, our heroes, for life, Mighty diamonds, them are past the Koche, burning spear salute, old Marcus Garvey. Culture tell you that the sevens will clash. The super cat come run the ghetto red hot, yeah. They capture our hearts so quickly. Where did they go so swiftly? Lately we've been making changes. Cause we want them to be our heroes, yeah. For life, our heroes, Delroy Wilson said better must come. Cause early he was the doctor man. Jimmy Cliff would chant the holiday fall. When he come out, girl, take that him total. They capture our hearts so quickly. Where did they go so swiftly? I don't know now. Lately we've been making changes. Cause we want them to be our heroes, yeah. For life, for the rest of our lives, our heroes, yeah. For life, for the rest of. Do you remember when Mr. Campbell train was coming and Gregory said that them was hide and licking? Alton Ellis was the real big man, a lot of songs, yeah. Say hey third world, come and jam with we. Where is Charlie Yes, and the Zappa posse stopping the train for my brethren. Stop that train. Yeah. They capture our hearts so quickly. Where did they go so swiftly? Lately we've been making changes, cause we want them to be our heroes. Whole life for the rest of our lives. Our heroes. Pragmatic heroes. Whole life, that's our heroes. Our heroes. Our heroes. Whole life for the rest of our whole life. Our heroes. Bring back memories. Whole life. Bring them back. Bring them back. Bring them back.
One of those tracks
Bring them back. Whole life. You won't back.
of more recent times that just constantly takes you back in time
Even if they don't to rest.
just by hearing the names of some of these artists.
Bring them back. Whole life.
References to their songs of yesteryear.
Bring them back. Bring them back.
Thank you, Mr. Ed Robinson. Welcome back to the broadcast. It's Real Talk Night. We're talking about nostalgia. And didn't that take you back? When most people speak of nostalgia, they're referring to a predominantly positive emotional experience and the prevalence of nostalgic themes in both advertising and entertainment testifies to the generally positive attitude toward the concept of nostalgia. Missy Bram Bram says, I have items of clothing way over 10 years belonging to my children. Incidentally, Missy Bram Bram has adult children now. So, you want to add some time to that 10 years, Missy Bram Bram? I don't know. Nonetheless, the person in the story that revisited the campgrounds, it was understood what they meant, that the nostalgia that he was experiencing during this reunion was the good kind rather than the opposite. While many of our pleasurable experiences are also the stuff of pleasurable memories later on down the proverbial road, some recollections of happy experiences from earlier in our lives can leave us with a bad taste in our mouths, seeming to remind us less of the pleasure of those experiences brought on the fact that they are now behind us, never to be experienced again. How about a sad reality? That's a sad reality for you. In her classic study, The Future of Nostalgia, Svetlana Boym identifies two distinct types of nostalgia: restorative and reflective. Tracing the term nostalgia back to its coinage by 17th century medical student Johannes Hofer to describe a crippling brain disorder affecting Swiss mercenary soldiers and other wanderers far from home. Boym delineates between the two root words of Hofer's neologism, if you want to call it that. Restorative nostalgia, as Boym describes it, puts emphasis on nostos, returning home, the memory, and proposes to build the lost home and patch up the memory gaps. Reflective nostalgia, on the other hand, dwells in algia, the algos, the aching, the pain, in longing and loss, the imperfect process of remembrance. I guess that's the perfect imperfection. These two types of nostalgia represent fundamentally different attitudes. I got caught up in a thought just now. But the two types of nostalgia represent fundamentally different attitudes toward the past. And it is this difference that largely determines whether our memories of those happy days of yore will evoke feelings of joy or of sadness. Restorative nostalgia, involving a desire to rebuild the lost home, views the past to recreate it, to relive those special moments. It is what spurs us to pull out our phone at 1 a.m. and call up an old boyfriend or girlfriend because we just heard, quote unquote, our song on the radio. I can't say I've ever done that. I don't know if any of you can say you've never done that. Missy Bram Bram at 32 says she cannot have adult children, so there are no real old boyfriends for her to call up. You know, they're just like a few years ago. So, but reflective nostalgia accepts the past is the past. And rather than trying to recreate a special experience, savors the emotions evoked by its recollection. Think of Christmas time as it rolls around. One of the first thoughts is Christmas of times gone by. And I'm pretty sure it's one of the things that people bank on in order to keep that festive joy alive. This acknowledgement of the irretrievability of our autobiographical past, try to say that 5 times fast, creates an aesthetic distance that allows us to enjoy a memory in the same way that we enjoy a movie or a good book. If our song were to come on the radio at 1 a.m., reflective nostalgia would be more likely to make us reach for an old photograph than for our old phone, or for a phone with the old number. Evoking in us a momentary sense of emotional pleasure rather than a restless urge to recreate a special moment from our past. And a sense of sadness when we realize the futility of that desire, that special moment, as it was lived, being forever sealed off from the present that we now inhabit. We can't have that moment again. And to be honest, thinking about that one moment that makes you feel that way, if you thought about the next moment that made you X's, I'm pretty sure it would override that moment. Like a favorite movie or book, this nostalgia possesses an aesthetic wholeness that allows us to savor it again and again with no nagging uncertainty about how it will turn out. Because those past experiences, we know how they ended. Some of them not so great. Some of them would take you back to a Shakespearean moment where 'tis parting is such sweet sorrow. And you get to savor that sweet moment of melancholy bliss. it just kind of makes you feel poetic, doesn't it? The way Boehm describes it, restorative nostalgia is really a kind of homesickness, a homesickness for the past, more akin to the original pathological definition of nostalgia than to our current view of the term. The pleasurable feeling the individual, the guy in the story, the pleasurable feeling that he experienced at his summer camp reunion was reflective nostalgia, rather than pointlessly longing for a youth that is decades behind him, never to be restored. He savored a youthful memory that is perpetually available to him in all its freshness, since he has no illusions that it still exists anywhere but in his mind. The difference between the good nostalgia and the bad nostalgia then becomes this. It has far less to do with the actual content of a remembered autobiographical past than with our expectations about what those memories can do for us. It is not the past itself, but rather our attitude toward the past that makes all the difference. How do you feel about that moment? How do you feel about that memory? How do you feel about Missy Bram Bram, that time when your children could fit into those clothes that you currently have, back when they were in their early teens and their late toddler years, because you're only 32 and they were about a little over 10 years ago. How do you feel about that? You know, when I think back to visiting my grandparents, I think about the almond tree that's in the front yard that had a swing on it. I think about the chicken coop where they raised chickens and they would get eggs. I think about my grandmother making rice and chicken, and the rice had a unique taste to it. It didn't taste like the rice that I had at my house, and I only experienced that rice when I went to visit my grandmother, my grandparents. I think back to those times. I think about the first time I was homesick. That's funny enough. I didn't get homesick when I kind of did get homesick when I visited my grandparents. But it was rare that I would sleep over there. But my first real experience of being homesick was my first time at a sleepaway camp. It was, back then we used to have music and youth camp. I hadn't really started playing music yet, so it was just the youth camp experience that I had. Missy Bram Bram says, they have both grown so much, I can't believe they even wore those clothes. Yeah. That's what memories will do to you. But I remember being away from home and having great days, playing, running around with my friends and having a jolly old time, and then the sun would set and it would be wind down time and not even bedtime yet. It's just that the sun was setting. And I would miss my mother. And I remember crying because I missed my mother. And the experience of those counselors comforted me. Incidentally, some of those older individuals who were there as counselors and workers at that particular camp, I grew up to play music alongside some of them. I remember one of those older campers that were there, she really comforted me. And we talk about it to today. Because today, that older camper is my brother-in-law's sister. Or I should say, her brother is now my brother-in-law. So when we get together, we still have some of those memories and we can laugh about them. And she talks about, my little boyfriend, Kevin. Because I was kind of like that. When older people had, and back then it wasn't even something creepy. It was just something cute and comforting for me, a young man who was missing home, to know that people cared, to know that I was in a safe space. Today, something like that happens, and you have to kind of wonder, wait, what? Let's just make sure that this is on the up and up right here. In fact, they advise you as youth workers to avoid anything like that. So, how we long for simpler times in our moments of nostalgia. Because I believe that's a big part of it. And then, as we talk about this being a music and youth camp, because yes, I did get over the homelessness didn't quite go away, but dealing with it got easier. And so I grew to be able to understand that a little time away from home, a little time away from mom was okay. Funny enough, when my mother passed away, I wasn't able to be there. But still, I understood that it was okay, and she understood it too. Amazing how our parents bring us up and give us some tools to deal with some things we didn't expect, but in their wisdom, they knew would come. One of the things that triggers nostalgia is music. And we know that nostalgia consists of a mixture of pleasure coming from the memory of something lived. I was talking about childhood experiences, and Missy Brown mentions her children being small enough to fit into some clothes that she has now, that she's looking at and can't believe that her children wore those. Things like that, and the pain caused by that event being gone forever. Students graduating from college tend to feel both happy and sad. Nostalgia is universal, innately human, and felt frequently by people of all ages. Nostalgia is mostly a positive emotional experience that involves reflections of cherished moments. Look at weddings, graduations, holidays, celebrations, and vacations. And it provides numerous psychological benefits. Recalling a pleasurable experience can trigger the same original emotions we felt in the past and provide a nostalgic pleasure. Positive emotion can motivate people to seek out nostalgia. Music can transport the listener to past times and places of their life. as well as to the attached emotions. Listening to a piece of music that was played a lot during a significant life event many years ago. This can trigger a deeply nostalgic emotional experience. And the feeling is not in the music, but what it reminds us of. A song can unlock all kinds of feelings. Like the Hill and Gully Ride. Yes, Missy Brown Brown. And now it's triggering new feelings mixed with old feelings. And sometimes it's a confusing feeling. You don't know how you should feel about it. If you want to go back to that time gone by, or you want to look at this new thing. That is what makes music today that is sampled off music of yesteryear such hits. Because it takes you back to a time that you can relate to. It takes you back to an experience that is good. And so you naturally gravitate towards it. That's an excellent experience. Example, Mr. Brown Brown. The memories of nostalgia are not always good. Those who have experienced significant trauma might be triggered by those nostalgic moments, by nostalgic music, and would invoke painful memories. For example, in the movie Casablanca, where Rick forbids his bar pianist Sam to ever play as time goes by because of the unbearable feelings of sadness and loss he remembers through the song. We tend to remember things that happened to us in our adolescence and early adulthood more than at any time in our lives. According to the reminiscence bump phenomenon, events that took place during adolescence or early adulthood are particularly memorable in later life. The music of our teen years and early 20s tend to stick with us and evoke strong memories when we hear it again. Listening to the same songs over and over during this period can make them stick for a long time. For older people, music evoked nostalgia can bring about a sense of youthfulness and a feeling of empowerment. Missy Bram Bram says she'll not cry tonight because she also has some really bad memories. And that happens when it comes to memories, because they don't leave like people do. Nostalgia can be considered a self-regulatory regulatory tool that people frequently use to boost their mood when feeling down. When the present moment is stressful, nostalgia offers relief. This may explain why during times of transition or challenge, people are more likely to experience nostalgia, which may help to regulate their emotions. For example, during the COVID lockdowns, people were nostalgic for seeing a movie in a theater or getting lunch with a friend. That was a thing that people talked about in past tense a lot because it wasn't happening. And there was fear of it possibly not happening again. Music evoked nostalgia has the potential to act as a buffer against daily stresses and can stave off loneliness and enhance well-being. For example, watching an old movie or listening to the music that we enjoyed in high school can help increase our ability to self-soothe during a stressful time. As a temporary escape, nostalgia can take us to a simpler time of fewer worries and obligations. Simpler times. the good old days. Moreover, research shows that nostalgia tends to make people feel more sociable, more socially connected. Thinking fondly of old times with loved ones, it's a way of bringing them closer, even though they may be physically distant or perhaps they are no longer together. Maybe they are no longer with us. Coupled with a special song, for example, that reminds them of an important moment in their relationship, will have a stronger bond. To wrap this all up, to save the last dance. Nostalgia is a powerful tool that helps individuals cope with life stresses. Reflecting on personally meaningful and cherished moments plays a crucial role in helping us to cope with stress. When we experience a negative mood, we can deliberately seek to listen to a nostalgic song to benefit from the mood elevating capacity of nostalgia. Does it get any better than that perfect memory of that perfect moment in a simpler time? It probably doesn't. But it's awesome that we can hold on to those times. It's awesome that we can have those memories. And as we get into musical therapy, I hope that the memory of tonight, when you reflect on it tomorrow, will put a smile on your face. I know this will put a smile on Merle's face. This is G. Cole working out to J. Will.
There's a place I know I'd really love to take you, and I'm sure that you would really like it there.
The track is called The Old Days.
I see it still so clearly through my window. There's a joy so sweet I taste it in the air. Boom, boom, yeah. And this place is in my memory. It's a place our kids will never know. Take me back to the old days when days used to nice. People were rocking way back till morning light. Back to the old days, those days I adore. Lovers would hold on tight on the dance floor. Back to the old days. Back in the old days. There's a love that overcomes me. Overcome me, yeah. In everyone that's in the crowd. In the crowd, yeah. I'll whisper softly to you. Whisper something in your ear. And you hear me though it's loud. Boom, boom, yeah. And this love is in my memory. It's a love our kids will never know. Take me back to the old days when days used to nice. People were rocking way back till morning light. Back to the old days, those days I adore. Lovers would hold on tight on the dance floor. Back to the old days. Come and walking on the old days. Back in the old days.
Hey, yo, Chico, hey, remember back in the day when dancehall used to nice, a place to relieve your stress and for all the vibes. Some big sound a play speak and talk to the sky, and when the bass line drop, yes, it dim the street lights. Roll up and sing and grab a Guinness. Big tune a play beat down the wall, me no business. And keep me eye lock and heart too little Phyllis. Later on after party we gone down a Guinness.
In this place, it's in my memory. It's a place our kids will never know. Take me back to the old days when dance used to nice. People were rocking way back till morning light. Back to the old days, those days I adore. Lovers would hold on tight on the dance floor. Back to the old days. Back in the old days. Take me back to the old days when dance used to nice. People were rocking way back till morning light. Back to the old days, those days I adore.
For feeling so lonely, I'm crazy for feeling so blue. So blue. I knew you love me as long as you wanted.
It was doing what, Merle?
And someday
Catching up water.
you leave me for somebody new.
This is Suzanne Sultry.
Why do I let myself worry? Wondering what in the world did I do? Crazy for thinking that my love can hold you. I'm crazy for trying and crazy for crying, and I'm crazy for loving you. Crazy for thinking that my love can hold you. I'm crazy for feeling so blue. I knew you love me as long as you wanted. And then someday you leave me for somebody new. Why do I let myself worry? Wondering what in the world did I do? Crazy for thinking that my love can hold you. I'm crazy for trying and crazy for crying, and I'm crazy for loving you. I'm crazy for trying and crazy for crying, and I'm crazy for loving you. I'm crazy for trying and crazy for crying, and I'm crazy.
So, there's one thing that I wanted to mention earlier and it had slipped me. So, let me take this moment to relive someone's memory that it's more recent and not as pleasant. And I'm saying this as a PSA. back on this past Monday, the 25th of May, lives were changed in an instant. There's a young lady by the name of Amoy Aarons. Her father was involved in a devastating gas explosion inside his home in Jamaica after an overnight gas leak spread throughout the house. And when he woke up the next morning to make tea and turned on the stove, a massive explosion threw him backward and left him with severe burns from head to toe. He's currently being treated at the St. Anne's Bay Hospital, but unfortunately, and this is a real unfortunate situation in a country like Jamaica. Unfortunately, the hospital does not have all the medical tools. This we know. Burn treatment supplies and specialized resources are needed to support his recovery safely and effectively. So the family is asking for help to recover emergency medical expenses, burn treatment and medication, specialized medical supplies, possible transfer and advanced care, daily hospital and recovery costs. They're asking for financial support and they have a GoFundMe to do it. If you visit GoFundMe and you look for Aid for My Father's Healing in Jamaica, that's Aid for My Father's Healing in Jamaica. Her name is Amoy Aarons. Aarons is the last name. If you can, drop a $10, $20, a few more if you have it, I'm sure the family would be more than grateful. If you can't, just find the GoFundMe and pass it on to someone else. Share it somewhere if you can. I don't know her personally, but someone I know personally passed on information to me, so I'm passing it on to you. It's Aid for My Father's Healing in Jamaica by Amoy Aarons. See what you can do. Every little bit helps.
Words are spoken, there's nobody to hear, nobody to hear.
Greetings, Judith.
Just came to tell myself I'm not a fool, I can take the moon and spin it round in circles. Have what money can buy.
You know, Merle, I didn't see the news report. I don't know. It could be.
With all my motor cars and fancy clothes, I'm a lucky guy. It's cold outside, just maybe I'll feel the cold. Ooh, yeah. I care for no one cares for me. I will dry my eyes, but through the lies I'm one of the poor.
Hi, this is Ed Robinson. And no matter what you're doing right now, stop it. Because guess what? Kevin Stew is at the control. Tune in, sing.
Who's not in love with someone in love? Oh, yeah. Sweetest moment and memory.
Hey, Don.
All of the things you'll find in storybooks, they just don't come true. I'll justify the reason. Can't be wrong, must be right. Must be right, yeah.
Dirty Dread.
Money or a mansion in Malibu.
His rendition of One More Day.
He wished for one more day with you. One more day, one more time, one more sunset, baby, I'd be satisfied. But then again, I know what it would do. Leave me wishing still for one more day with you. First thing I do is pray for time to crawl. Unplug the telephone, turn the TV off. I hold you every second, say a million I love yous. That's what I do with one more day with you. One more day, one more time, one more sunset. Baby, I'd be satisfied. But then again, I know what it would do. Leave me wishing still for one more day with you. One more day, one more time, one more sunset, baby, I'd be satisfied. But then again, I know what it would do. Leave me wishing still for one more day with you. Last night I had a crazy dream. A wish was granted just for me. You could be for anything. I didn't ask for money or a mansion in Malibu. I simply wished for one more day with
Yes, Missy Bram Bram, my errands.
one more day, one more time, one more sunset, baby, I'd be satisfied. But then again,
If we could have just one more day.
oh, what it would do. Leave me wishing still for one more day with you. One more day, one more time, one more sunset, baby, I'd be satisfied.
In 1962, the pride of our nation comes alive. Independence from slaves will be symbols for you and me.
This is Winchester T.
Gold continues to shine throughout the world. We shock them with intelligence displayed by your boys and girls.
Taking us back in time in a different way.
Came to see the reggae beat.
This is one of the festival song entries that was rejected.
Jamaica is grand, Jamaica is grand. We want the world to understand. There's so much love in this little island, cause we keep God in our master plan. Out of many we are one, is the motto of inclusion. Our people came from different nations, we gained freedom.
Why, look like you have to follow me on social media and this.
Slavery, dance to some sharp and dandy.
I'm not mind a little bump here and there.
We can be free, continually. Jamaica is free.
Yes, Missy Bram Bram. Rejected.
The vibes that we have is from the food that we eat and the music that make it free.
There were three of them. I introduced them on Saturday. I'll play them again this Saturday.
In 1962, the pride of our nation comes alive. Independence from slaves will be symbols for you and me. The black, green, and gold continues to shine throughout the world. We shock them with intelligence displayed by your boys and girls. Jamaica is free. Can't you feel the reggae beat? The vibes that we have is from the food that we eat and the music that make it sweet. Jamaica is grand, Jamaica is grand. We want the world to understand. There's so much love in this little island, cause we keep God in our master plan. Out of many we are one, is the motto of inclusion. Our people came from different nations, we gained freedom through revolution. No more slavery, thanks to some sharp underneath. Then fight for our rights so we can be free. Continually, Jamaica is sweet. Can't you feel the reggae beat? The vibes that we have is from the food that we eat and the music that make it sweet. Jamaica is grand, Jamaica is grand. We want the world to understand. There's so much love in this little island, cause we keep God in our master plan. Jamaica is sweet. Can't you feel the reggae beat? Jamaica is grand. I know you understand.
Look on the beauty of Jamaica, land of food and water, blessed by the Father. From Moran Point to Negril Shore, we culture rich forevermore. From Portmore Sun to St. Andrews, our music safe throughout all seas. Hard-working people, strong and free, building.
This is another rejected festival entry.
We rise and shine again.
It's called Sweet Jamaica Rise.
Sweet Jamaica rise and shine. We rise and shine.
This is your mystic.
Sweet Jamaica rise and shine. We rise and shine again. Again and again. Tell them the black, green and gold is forever mine, my friend. Tell them. Rise your flag and make them fly. From the mountain, kiss the sky. Bold and proud for the world to see. Jamaica, land of unity. From Marcus Garvey, vision clear. Oh, Marcus Garvey. To Nanny courage without fear. Oh, Mama, Louise Bennett. Words and rhyme. To Bob Marley vibes across all time. Sweet Jamaica, rise and shine. We rise and shine again. Again and again. Sweet Jamaica, rise and shine. We rise and shine, my friend. Tell them. Sweet Jamaica, rise and shine. We rise and shine again. Again and again. Tell them the black, green and gold is forever mine, my friend. One more thing. Farmers plant, we teachers guide. Our athletes run with national pride. Creative minds, we heart so strong. Proud and strong and sing along. One day, one destiny. Strength in our unity. One day, one destiny. Join the choir, come sing with you. Sweet Jamaica, rise and shine. We rise and shine again. Rise and shine again. Sweet Jamaica, rise and shine. We rise and shine, my friends.
Yeah, believe it or not, it was rejected.
The beauty of Jamaica, land of food and water, blessed by the Father. From Moran Point to Negril Shore, we culture rich forevermore. From Portmore Sun to St. Andrews, our music safe throughout all seas. Hard-working people, strong and free, building the future faithfully. Sweet Jamaica, rise and shine. We rise and shine again. Again and again. Sweet Jamaica, rise and shine. We rise and shine, my friend. Tell them. Sweet Jamaica, rise and shine. We rise and shine again.
It's called Sweet Jamaica Rise.
Tell them the black, green and gold is forever mine, my friend. Tell them. Rise your flag and make them fly. From the rise and shine again, again and again. Sweet Jamaica.
And this is how I part company with y'all. Thank you all. Mr. Rattigan will not be on this Saturday for a reason with Rattigan.
Shine again, again and again. Tell them the black green.
But stay close.
Forever mine.
You'll get updated. Wow, good. Remember to look out for members of your community as we part company. Your community is not just a development that you live in, but it spreads far and wide. So those that you pass on the bus, the plane, the boat, the train, or they walk, ride, or drive, these are members of your community. Do something good for one of them today, because anyone who's going to do something good for you tomorrow. My name is Kevin Stew. This is how I like to do it to you, for you, and with you. Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, 10 p.m. Eastern. Right here, the night shift to DJ Kevin Stew and affiliates. Catch you Saturday night, 8 p.m. live and in living color on a Saturday Stew. Reggae Global Radio. Good morning, good afternoon, good day to you wherever you are in the world. From right here in South Florida, I bid you all a good night. Be good. But if you can't be good at it.
Sweet Jamaica, rise and shine. We rise and shine again. From the mud
Missy Bram, check errands with 2 A's. AARONS. Alright? That's Amoy, AMOY. Errands, AARONS. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been real. Y'all take care. Be good. If you can't be good at it. I'm out of here until Saturday. We'll see each other. Blessings. Greetings and salutations, one and all. You're invited to tune in to the night shift with DJ Kevin Stew. It airs on Mondays with Community and Finance, Tuesdays with Healthy Love, and Wednesdays with Real Talk from 10 p.m. to midnight Eastern Time. Come spend some time interacting in the stew pot where we keep things bubbling and wind down in musical therapy. The night shift with DJ Kevin Stew is on kevinstew.com, where you're encouraged to have acceptance through enlightenment.